Kia ora koutou. My name is TJ with World Vision here with another update around our global response to COVID-19. I hope you're looking forward to moving down to alert level 2 and some things for you and your family to enjoy. Certainly for me, I think to get a haircut sometime soon. Um, and while New Zealand seems to be moving in the right direction in terms of our response and the number of cases, unfortunately, as I'm sure you've seen in the news, many countries around the world are headed in the opposite direction. And for those that have already been struggling with food security or lack of access to healthcare or clean water, this has only compounded the challenges that they face. And especially for those who have fled from war or conflict, COVID-19 is particularly devastating. I know I was in visiting Syrian refugees last year in October and had a chance to meet with some of them and hear some of their stories, and it's really tragic what they've had to go through. One of our staff members was speaking to Zayad, who's a father of 5 and who fled the Syrian conflict 7 years ago and now lives in a Lebanese refugee camp. And he said that I'm no longer used to the sunlight, he says, because of the severe restrictions placed on informal settlements in Lebanon. He said that everybody's afraid to die of coronavirus. They go outside to get their food and any medication they need, and they have to return home immediately. You know, another Syrian refugee, Fatima, who's also living in Lebanon, shared that she's afraid to send her little son to the doctor. She said 7 years ago in Lebanon, and this is by far the toughest phase that I've been through here. I still recall the bombings in Syria and how scared I was, but at least then you could hear the explosions and run away from it. But this virus is unseen and unheard. It's like an invisible weapon. And while we've benefited, I think, from pretty clear and consistent communications at our 1 p.m. updates in New Zealand, it's often difficult to get messaging and communications to refugees in an informal settlement camp. Lebanon is home to more than 910,000 Syrian refugees, and we know that each and every one of them already faces severe struggles compounded by the impacts of COVID-19. And that's why, with your support, we're able to continue to try to meet these immediate needs and partner with these vulnerable communities to make sure they're prepared for the road ahead. So far in Lebanon, we've been able to distribute hand sanitizers and PPE kits to over 9 locations. We're continuing to scale up our life-saving activities in water, sanitation, and hygiene because of your ongoing support. And we're also continuing to share information about COVID-19 through flyers and even working through technology like WhatsApp to make sure that we're able to reach vulnerable children and families and communities and maintain social distancing. And so together, as we continue to benefit from the generosity of Kiwis, from your wonderful commitment to walk alongside us and make that possible, we're able to continue to respond, even in these times, to support vulnerable children and families like Zayad's and like Fatima's. So thank you for continuing to respond with us and for your support, which is making this possible in Syria and Lebanon and many other countries around the world.